Good evening, explorers. May the 4th be with you. Derick, where's your hat?
I'm not feeling quite in the mood yet.
Oh boy,
because the little guy is still checking everything out. Here we go.
Oh wow. So welcome everybody, and that doesn't seem right. It's not updating. Okay, there it goes. So, Jim, we have Jim from More Sunshine, please, for our galactic Star Wars Day. His music. Sorry if it's a little loud. Let us know if it's too loud.
Yeah.
You let me know.
If we need to yell at you, we will.
I can hear you just fine.
No, I mean everybody else. But Jim was on for a little over 4 hours today with his Star Wars trivia. That was awesome, Jim.
Thank you, and it flew by. I had fun. I like trivia. I like Star Wars, and I like trying to get my hours. So it was a perfect storm, and it went by quickly. It did not seem like 4 hours, but thank you to everybody that stopped by and played along. It was fun. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody.
So those of you who might not be familiar with Jim's from a channel called More Sunshine, please. And Jim, congratulations on just getting to 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
You're working on your hours to get monetized. So you're about just over halfway there?
Yes. Yeah. I've got a ways to go, but I'll get there. If I keep doing 4-hour live streams, I'll get there sooner than you think.
Yes. So this show, you guys, since it is May the 4th.
This is a very impromptu show. It was like, oh, let's do a show because Jim was saying if anybody has a show that they're going to be doing today. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we do a show for May the 4th be with you? So I'm like, Derick, you want to do a show? Sure. Okay, we're doing a show. And I put it on Jim's chat, and then Jim chatted it out to everybody. So thank you, everyone that's here.
And RobFuz, who's in there now, his premiere is just about over. And I love when he does his premieres. He's got, today he was showing, what's the Star Wars ride? Star Tours. It was Galaxy's Edge, and what's the other ride he was showing?
Smuggler's Run.
Smuggler's Run, thank you. So if you haven't had a chance to see that at the Disney parks, definitely check out his premiere, which he is just ending, but definitely watch the replay on that. And you're right, Greg. I think I have to get in the mood a little bit. But do you want to welcome the people in? Who's in chat?
Sure. Excuse me. So Rachel was first. Rachel lives Disney. We got Fisher Fun Ventures, MGM Family Travel, Josh Odom. Oh wow! Yeah, okay, you're gonna do that. Go ahead.
Well, I don't like sitting here just while people are going. I feel like I'm just like not really welcoming them in, so I'll do that.
Spiker's Crazy Adventures, PTV2, which is Ben from Pepper Tree Villa. We got Pepper Tree Villa, Life Adventure Show, Cruising for Food, which is Wanda. That's her new channel, Cruising for Food. Adventures of David and Aaron, Nautical Nurse Nancy, RobFuz is here. We have Papa Moses here, and the Traveling Gilberts, Disney Nerd Herder, Slinky Eagle King. So welcome everybody to the cruise.
Hello everybody.
To the cruise. To the chat.
The cruise.
See, we're having cruise envy. I can't even talk right.
If the music is a little bit too loud, guys, let us know.
All right, I get the hint.
No. We're actually, this is like one of the first times as he turns it up.
Oh, is that up? I'm sorry.
So
Josh Odom, if I forgot you, I'm sorry. I thought I said hi, but welcome.
So let us know. We want to include the music, the Star Wars theme music in there, but let us know. It's too soft.
Well, now you can't hear a darn thing.
See, here's what's going on. I've got the audio coming from two different sources: my microphone and the music. That's why I have two different headsets on. But I don't think I need the music headset because I can't quite monitor it anyway. So I'll turn it up a little bit. You tell me.
Lane 2007, welcome.
Nautical Nurse Nancy.
I did say Nautical Nurse Nancy, welcome. And this doesn't quite look green.
It doesn't, does it?
It is green on our side, but dilly, everybody. Derick called it the Mandalorian or the Yoda. We're not calling it the child because it just doesn't sound right.
How many names did you come up with?
Well, I was going to call it the child, and I thought, an alcoholic drink named after the child.
And then I told Jim, we're going to drink the child. And Jim looked at me and went, what? I said, yeah, that's not going to sound right.
So because it's the 4th, there's 4 alcohols in here.
Oh, dilly.
There's rum. There's dark rum. There's vodka. And there is Midori sour in there. So
it is really green, Nurse Nancy. It is green, but it looks amber coloring on your end and on here. Am I missing anybody? No, I don't think so.
So I'm seeing a lot of people from the Degenerate Nation, which is one of the Marco Polo things that I've joined. So thank you, everyone who is. If you guys have not seen the Degenerate Cruisers, they like to dilly
Yoda
and have fun. And so the Degenerate Nation is representing here from Marco Polo. So welcome.
So I was just thinking about the whole saga, and really, I think this one movie started the whole saga, even though it came out way after everything started. But Rogue One, I think, is actually the beginning of it because it is a prequel to Star Wars. So if you think I'm wrong, or if you guys have your own opinion, if you think that it's really not the first movie, let us know. But this movie actually was very good. That's one of your favorites. Right?
It is. I liked it, yeah.
What did you think about the Rogue One, Jim?
I thought it was fun. I mean, it was dark as well, but it was it was fun to see Darth Vader be Darth Vader, as we know he can be. So I don't want to spoil much, but yeah, it was great. I think most people that see it really enjoy it.
It is not a movie that you're going to walk out and say, that is such a happy-go-lucky movie. And so
it's really not a happy movie.
I didn't say happy. I said fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a roller coaster. Welcome, Bob and Ashley, AGC Magic TV, Traveling Gilberts, if I didn't say that before. I didn't think it was going to end the way it did. Cheryl and Michael's Big Cruiser, welcome. I think I said that.
But Adventure Show, welcome.
But yeah, it was a fun movie. And I really liked the droid in it. I don't remember anyone's name in that movie because I've only seen it a couple times, but the droid in it was really awesome. And then after that does come the original saga. Now, I've had this for years, and it's actually the one where they put in all of the extras. They computerized all the extra footage in there that George Lucas really actually did want in there, but just didn't have it in.
I had that same set.
Yeah, it's a good set. But I should have started with these. A lot of people don't like these. The Star Wars Phantom Menace, the Clone Wars, and then the Revenge of the Sith.
They have their good moments. They're not the best of the bunch, but they have their good. Every one of those movies has their good moments.
Hey, Cargo and Tiffany Peacock. Yeah, they do. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say back to Rogue One. I love the fact that it ends right as Episode 4 begins. You know what I mean? It's just You can butt them right up against each other, and it's one long movie. Really, kind of. You could
True. It
play
is.
them like that.
Pepper Tree Villa. I don't know which one you thought was VHS. None of these are VHS though.
Welcome, Daniel.
So this
Disney Nerders.
this was all three of them DVDs.
There was a fourth DVD in there as well that had bonus footage, behind the scenes and stuff like that. No,
Oh, yeah, there is. Yep.
Told you
I don't
had
think
it.
I've watched that one yet.
That's surprising.
Well, there's just so much to watch. But yeah, all these are DVDs. We tend to get, like the bulky sets that come with.
Special
This
edition.
This was only at Target collectible packaging with 5 interchangeable covers, which we haven't changed them out. But and then you have the newer ones. And then this one, of course, just came out today.
Cargo today. Today I got that cargo. Sorry.
This just came out on Disney Plus today, the last of the saga, supposedly, of the Star Wars saga, Skywalker saga. But we haven't even opened this one. This one is from Target. It includes limited edition filmmaker gallery book and exclusive bonus content. And I thought, this is the last one, so just go all out. It was like $30-something, but I just thought, why not if it's truly the last Skywalker one? So
Cargo, I have not checked yet, but I'm going to go Wednesday. I'm off on Wednesday, so I'm going to go to the post office and I'll check for it then. So thank you. Do you want to, Greg, while we have a little preview of what you wanted to show, do you want to do that now?
Daniel Donnelly, welcome. So after showing all those,
I don't think you said, did you say hi to Papa Mozo?
I did.
Oh, welcome. So is this the time to?
Yeah, so after showing all those, we'll just show a little montage of everything.
All right, we're going to quiet our mics here. And so we shut Jim up.
Don't be rude.
Sorry, Jim. Oh, as we get it all set up. Come on, Derek. Get it going, buddy. Get it going.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force.
I need someone to show me my place in all this. The belonging you seek is not behind you.
So it did just start streaming today for the whole complete one. They have had the others on before. What are you playing?
Oh, it went somewhere. They said they didn't hear the sound. Oh.
Yeah, the sound did cut out for a bit.
Oh, did it really?
But that's karma for muting me.
Well, if you want to watch the full version with the sound completely, you can go to Netflix and look up Star Wars Disney Plus. And you too can watch it with audio.
I wonder if it's because I muted our mic too. I wonder if that's why it did that.
Probably.
Well, technical difficulties. So, is there anyone in the that's watching that has never seen the Star Wars movie?
I mean, if you really want, we could play it one more time.
That's fine. We're not playing it one more time. We're good. It's one of those things that happens with technicalities on the live show.
You worried about copyright or something?
No, I just it's fine. We did it once, it failed, and we'll learn from it. I know some people are not big Star Wars fans. Jim, let me ask you this. I like to look at these movies as 3 different trilogies.
A trilogy of trilogies.
Trilogies, yes. What is your favorite trilogy, and what is your least favorite trilogy?
I think my favorite trilogy would probably be the original trilogy, the one we grew up with. Although I love the new movies and how great they look, but I've loved the original trilogy for so long. And then the prequels, of course, episodes 1 through 3 are my least favorite. It's like George Lucas discovered CGI and couldn't control himself. It's just went overboard with that. Plus the storyline of the trade, the tariffs and the embargoes or whatever was going on, just kind of, not the most exciting of topics, but yeah, that's my answer. The original trilogy, I think.
So you asked him what his favorite was.
Trilogy, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said what was your least. That's why my mouth dropped.
Did.
I'm
He
like,
did.
wait, what?
He asked for both.
Okay, so your favorite is the original.
Yes.
Okay. That's because my mouth dropped. I've been thinking, wait, did you say not the best one?
Did everyone? Is there anyone that's watching that actually saw them at the theater? Because I remember we had just moved from England, and my aunt took me to see the original Star Wars Episode 4 back in 77 is what it was.
Yes.
77. So that was like probably within a month after we moved here from England. That was the first movie that we had seen. So I, to be honest, was never a big Star Wars fan. I was always more of a Star Trek
Get out of
fan.
this room right now.
I was more of a Trekkie. But I think as the stories developed more, I would say my favorite one is just any hint of what I like the best is the last ones. BB-8 is my favorite character. And that's probably maybe one of the reasons why I like it so much, because when he's on the screen, I'm watching him. I love the way he moves, how they did that. So for me, even though I like the original ones, I would say the 7, 8, and 9 are my favorite ones. And I think it's because of the characters. The graphics and I think is a lot better. To me, I enjoyed the story. And we won't give hints if people haven't seen the last one.
Yeah,
we don't
Pepper Tree Villa has not seen the last Star Wars.
But even those, if you just take the last one out and you're watching 7 and 8, I still enjoyed the storyline more than I did the other ones. So what about you?
Well, excuse me. Life Adventure Show said, I like the one with the floppy-eared guy with the big nose. That's probably Jar Jar Binks you're talking about. And then Daniel Donnelly said, is it wrong that I'm one of the few Star Wars fans that loved Jar Jar Binks? That is the character that I think everybody, for the most part, loathes of Star Wars. I've heard a lot of people don't like him. He talked a lot in the first one. The second one, I don't think talked as much. And the third one, they just completely shut him up. The one where Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. So he had his moments, but yeah, I don't think he's my favorite either. I like the original trilogy just because back in the day they used a lot of practical effects. It wasn't all CGI. They used a lot of puppetry, and they used just things that they had available. They didn't have all the CGI and special effects that they have now. and you can totally tell when they're using that kind of stuff now. Not that it doesn't look cool, but like you can't do what they did on the very last movie,
Didn't have that technology.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
They couldn't do what they did in that way back then. So yeah, it looks cool and everything now. And it's just different stories. So, and Jim's right, because you kind of go with the original. Okay, then the prequels came out, and oh, look at these cool effects. But then the original wasn't like that. And then you have this newer one that's even better than the prequels as far as special effects. So it's not chronologically right as far as special effects either. So I like the original saga the best, I think.
Like Gilbert said, they saw the original Star Wars at Showtime Drive-In Theater. That would be cool. We actually have a drive-in here because a lot of them have closed down around. But we've never gone.
It's not open now.
No, not right now. But
I actually, when they re-released them, the originals in the theater back in the 90s, before the new ones were coming out, the prequels, I actually saw the first and second one, but never went to see the Return of the Jedi in the theater. What? Oh my gosh. Seafood platter. You know, I have seen a picture of his head with X's on his eyes on a platter, and I just thought that's just wrong. Sharknado, welcome and happy birthday. It's your birthday today. And may the 4th be with you. Oh, cool. Well, this is on May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day.
that is awesome.
I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Disney Nerd Herds, I think we did say before, but welcome. I think we're cut up.
I don't have a memory of seeing the very first movie in theaters. I don't know actually where I saw that, but I do remember watching Empire Strikes Back in the theater, and I actually remember watching the Star Wars holiday special at home. You guys remember seeing that?
I haven't seen it yet, and I want
with
to.
The Ewoks?
No.
The Ewoks is Battle for Endor, Ewok Adventure.
No, the infamous holiday special is where actually Boba Fett was introduced, and it takes place in Chewbacca's planet where they're celebrating Life Day, and it's actually very cheesy, but I do have a vivid memory of watching that at home when it was on television.
Bob and Ashley said, "No, you don't. You really don't." I think it's on YouTube. I mean, I want to see it just because I haven't seen it, and I could say that I saw it. We still haven't seen Solo. That's the only other Star Wars movie that came out in the theater in these past years that we haven't seen yet.
We own it, though, right?
We do not.
Oh, I thought we did.
And I think it's on Netflix still. It's not on Disney Plus from what I was told, which is weird.
But Rise of Skywalker is now.
Sharknado, thank you for popping in. Have a great day.
It just came in. It just came in today.
Okay, so Greg, what else do you want to talk about today? You got glitter on your face. I don't know how the heck you got glitter.
Do I have glitter on my face?
Yes.
I don't know.
Was that part of your office Zoom meeting this afternoon?
Oh yeah, no, we don't use Zoom. If we did, I could do like a green screen and everything like Wanda does, but yeah, we don't have that.
Welcome, Rob.
Yes, welcome. So does anybody have any like favorite moments of the movies? Like anything that stands out? And Bob and Ashley like Solo. I want to see it. But I mean, there's so many awesome moments in this series. You can't just pick one as your favorite. There's no way.
Yeah. If you guys are creators in here, please put creators in there. And if you guys are looking for some great channels, please check these channels out, subscribe to them. And we have Jim here. We're trying to get him up to be monetized. He is currently at over 1,000 subs, but he's trying to get his hours. So he's been working overtime to get that up. So Jim, you'll get there. You'll get there soon.
He was on for 4 hours and some odd minutes today with Star Wars trivia,
We also
and it
have
was really fun.
We also have the Disney Nerd Herders, who are also in the same situation. So they are plugging away on getting. They already have 1,000 subscribers. They're trying to get their hours too. So definitely check their channels out and support. Watch some of their vlogs that they do. So these are Disney-based channels, but they also do other stuff in there too. So it would be great for you guys to check them out. Rob, we are a sponsor member of RobFuz. So I know different channels are starting to offer it. So Rob, we are proud to be a supporter of your channel because you support so many of us out in the community. So thank you for your support of us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. And Traveling Gilbert said, I remember having to choose between Empire and Rocky 3 at the theater. It was a tough choice. We didn't have much money back then. Knowing what I know now, I would have totally went with Empire versus Rocky 3. I mean, I like the Rocky movies, but Empire Strikes Back, I would have won hands down.
Welcome, Ronnie and Alma. Thank you for joining us. They're also part of the Degenerate Nation, the Marco Polo that we do. So, and there's Nurse Nancy. Who's scruffy looking? I think we both are scruffy looking.
We did get this blanket. You can't really see it much, but we got it on the Disney Day at Sea, and also this pillow, which is two-sided. Two-sided. There you go.
I can't get it straight.
Don't all pillows have at least two sides?
Okay, it's two printed side.
Oh, okay,
Let's
gotcha.
go with that.
I gotcha.
Does that sound better?
Follow you.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Our friends gave that to us as a welcome gift to onto the ship.
And we had a bunch of magnets from the ceiling coming down on strings, and it was different symbols and stuff from the newer movies, which they mixed with the older stuff as well. Not just newer stuff. It's kind of like they threw all the old stuff out.
I think I have a surprise. So Jim, I'm sorry, I'm going to mute you again. I'm going to play something, you guys, and this is a little preview of. I think most of this is an excerpt of music with our upcoming cruise, which we'll have as we
Flamingo
finish
Pam, welcome.
our NCL Escape cruise. We will then go into our Disney Star Wars Day at Sea. So we're going to play a little bit of that right now as I get set up. I should have already had it set up. So Jim, sorry, I'm putting you on hush again. Karma's going to come.
Don't put us on hush again.
I probably will.
Well, don't.
No, I won't put us on hush. You just can't make any noise like that.
Excuse me.
You can't do those kind of.
I had to clear my throat.
All right, guys. So here is some excerpt of our upcoming cruise that we have going on.
D&G Explorers. I'm just having a way. Well, it's the time now, everyone. You've been waiting for it all day. Count it down with us. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's the magnets.
Really?
Well, consider yourself warned.
All right, thank you.
That was a really fun cruise. That was awesome.
So that is a little bit of a sneak peek of our upcoming cruise. I think we are still, I'm working on the video to have out this Friday for our NCL escape. We are in Nova Scotia, Halifax, Nova Scotia. And then we probably have about 3-4 more videos of that cruise, and then we are going into the other one. So we did have some more people pop in.
Patricia Lucky, welcome.
She said, live long and prosper is her
Wrong
favorite line.
series, sorry.
I love it. And then a lot of people today were affected by Carnival canceling their cruises. So
Adventures of David and Aaron had 3 cruises so far canceled, and Nautical Nurse Nancy had another one canceled.
Blaine is here. Thank you, Blaine, so much for joining us today. He is getting ready to start his own channel, so
Yeah.
definitely check his channel out and subscribe to him.
Subscribe, everybody. Subscribe.
Blaine has been instrumental in. They just completed our cruise-a-thon, quarantine cruise-a-thon week 3. They just completed that. We were a part of the week 1, and this past weekend there was week 3. So we had a chance to meet a lot of people what we were not too familiar with. Blaine, thank you for all your efforts in getting that all together. Huge supporter of the community and giving us a chance to meet people that we might not be familiar. So thank you for that. We were there watching everyone. The only one we didn't because it was so early was Life Adventures, but we were able to go back and watch them later on. So fun time. So thank you so much for that. Greg?
So Josh Odom had 4 canceled. Nautical Nurse Nancy says it'll probably be 6 total. I think she got everybody beat right now as far as being canceled. It's a shame that they're being canceled, but it really is due to safety, really. So, when it is time to go back, they want everybody to be safe and healthy, and I'd rather have that than not have that.
Yep. Big No Mountain 5, I don't think we welcome him. He's a huge supporter of
welcome.
Us, so thank you. Okay, Greg, so what about, or what's your least favorite?
Well, nobody really said what some of their favorite moments of the series were yet. We went into a video and everything. So do you have any favorite moments, Jim, that you'd like to share out of the whole saga?
I'm still mad at you for muting me. You are rebel scum.
I just wanted to do that. Anyway, I have 2 that come to mind. One, I had already mentioned it at the end of Rogue One when Darth Vader gets to be Darth Vader. Is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That was worth waiting for. And I also really like in The Last Jedi the battle in I don't know what they call it, the Red Room. In the Snoke's.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
I thought that looked fantastic. I thought it was great. And sometimes I'll put that movie on just to watch that scene. And those are the 2 scenes that really stand out for me.
I liked my favorite moment was in episodes 1, 2, and 3 when I slept.
Oh, whatever.
Best 2.5 hours sleep I had.
I remember seeing the first one in the theater with my brother and my dad, and then after we saw it, I took my mom to see it. Now, my mom doesn't really. she claims to not understand sci-fi too much. She just doesn't follow it.
I always say it's a Western in the sky. That's all it is.
There is a lot that you have to keep track of and remember within sci-fi series, especially this one. But
I don't know if we said hello to Sage.
hey, Sage,
Space, I would say.
welcome. Sorry if
Welcome.
we missed you. We saw that movie in the theater, and when it came to the pod racing scene, I thought that was probably the best, most awesome part of that whole movie. Well, aside from the Darth Maul fight, which I wish it was a little longer. Darth Maul had so much potential, and they should do like a spin-off movie with him, like before the prequels, because there could be a lot of good content that they could use for him in a movie by himself, like how he became the way he is and things like that. But I think there's always a spot in each movie that I think we all like. I can't say too much about the newest one because Pepper Triviola has not watched it, and I don't want to ruin it.
We have Fisher Fun Ventures that said favorite scenes are anything with Falcon or R2D2. Life Adventures says lightsaber battle. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
I was just clearing my throat. that's all.
Obi-Wan and Anakin. And Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
I was thinking wishes the fight was longer too.
Yeah.
Wanda. Han Solo.
Oh my gosh. So any scene with him in it, even in the newest ones, like where he was in The Force Awakens. I mean, I think everybody's childhood flooded back to them when they showed him in The Force Awakens. I don't think there was anybody in the theater that was quiet when that happened. So, what?
I have no idea what Ben means by that.
Thank you for sheathing your tongue. Oh, not say anything, I guess is what he meant.
Okay.
I will say that the newest movies, and it's not ruining anything, but their consistency kind of got a little messed up because it was J.J. Abrams directing the first one, then it was somebody else, and then it was J.J. Abrams again. So they were going one direction, then another took direction and went another way, and they're like, let's scrap this. And then he came back to finish it and wanted to try to get everything back on track. So I really wish that it was the same director the whole time, because it would have been a lot better, I think.
Tammy says, I like Chewbacca and those little hairy guys that live in the woods. I would say when
Ewoks?
Yes, Ewoks.
The little hairy guys.
You always have to like a little hairy guy. So I did like the Ewoks, but I don't even know if I can put it into words, but like those huge, what were they? They were in the AT-ATs. What were the huge four-legged things that were like blasting?
The
and
what?
They tripped them up with the
AT-ATs?
Were they the AT-ATs?
Yes.
What were the ones that walked on two legs?
Oh, I don't remember those. I don't remember the names of them.
Okay.
Do you know those, Jim?
The one that's in front of Hollywood Studios.
In Hollywood Studios?
Yeah, in Hollywood.
AT-ATs or AT-ATs,
Okay.
you say? Yeah.
Those kind of vehicles, I always thought those were
AT-ATs are the four-legged
yeah,
ones.
that's what's outside.
The two-legged, I don't remember what the two-legged were.
ATs.
Oh, wait a minute. Are they four-legged? I guess they are. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. The ones in the Ewok planet.
It looked like a box with two legs.
It's like, AT-NT or something like that.
Charlie's saying at walkers.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool thing.
AT-ST, perhaps?
Baby at-ats.
I did like the
Don't want to know how they have babies.
I did, with me being a NASCAR fan, I did like the pod racing. I thought that was cool, those things that they did in there. But I will tell you I would just say I loved how they filmed BB-8. I loved how he like tilted and
Yeah.
rolled. I every time he was on that, it made me smile when I saw it.
A lot of
TV.
it was CGI, but then they did.
What? It wasn't real?
But they did use a remote control robotic one too at times. That was pretty cool. Hey, Travel Laws, welcome.
And we also have Sunsets at Sea. Welcome. Her Shih Tzu's puppies look like little Ewoks. And Disney Nerd Herder said those other ones are called baby AT-ATs.
Kajunka.
Yes. All right. So, what is your favorite character?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
That's a
Did
tough
you
one.
mute me? Can everybody hear me?
Well, not yet. Let me mute you one more time.
No.
I had a student ask me this earlier in the school year, back when we were still in the classroom, and so I thought about it for a few minutes, and I came up with Rey. I think Rey is my favorite Star Wars character, and what I like most about Rey is that we got to see her in her Jedi glory, as opposed to Luke, who I feel like we need to see Luke be a Jedi more. Throughout the movies, we got to see Obi-Wan a lot more, but Rey is kind of like the Harry Potter of the Star Wars world. You know what I mean? She started out a nobody who didn't know she was somebody, and then became the most famous of, wizards, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Rey is my favorite Star Wars character.
It's a good character. It's almost like, to me, almost like Neville Longbottom, how they developed that character from being a nobody to being a major person.
Well, he was always a somebody, but
he was a nobody when he started.
he was not.
He got petrified.
Wow. Twicky. Who's Twicky?
Wasn't that Twiggy?
That's from Buck Rogers.
Yeah, wasn't that Twiggy?
There is no baby Yoda, technically. It's the child. Remember, Mandalorian is after Return of the Jedi.
The child.
And this is Grandpa Yoda, right?
Yes, yeah, it is.
He's a Yoda species, if you will, if you want to say that.
So, Greg, who is your favorite character?
And just to add to what Jim said, I think we were kind of cheated on the whole reunion of Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia and Han Solo. They had no scenes all together in the first one or the second one. And then unfortunately the third one, they really couldn't do that. So, and I did feel cheated with Luke Skywalker not really fighting to his fullest. So I don't want to give a lot away, but he's a foundling now. Oh yes, Bob and Ashley.
I thought it said something different.
You thought it said fondling, didn't you?
I thought it said he's fondling.
Oh my gosh, Derek, get your eyes checked. Ay. Okay, insert foot in mouth.
I was thinking, what is Bob talking about?
Yeah, well, with Bob, you just don't know sometimes what will fly out of his mouth. But anyway, I would probably, I don't know if I can just pick one. I would say maybe Yoda, because he's so full of knowledge and education, and
he talks so rhythmically. You have to figure out what he's saying.
I can understand him perfectly. I liked how he kicked butt in the prequels when he was younger. You couldn't really tell how much younger he was, but he really gave the Sith Lord a run for his money for a while. So, and that was, oh gosh. And that was probably one of my favorite parts of, what is it called? The Revenge of the Sith, when they're using those big saucer things and he's just throwing them at the Sith Lord, which is really cool. He kind of reminded me of a dog also when he was on the floor, kind of pretending to be asleep or dead or whatever you want to call it. And you see one eye open. It reminds me of a dog so much. And then he just goes and fights him. So knowledgeable, just like Gregory. You know, I try my best. I'm knowledgeable in many areas.
So, Ben,
And I love Chewbacca. I can't leave Chewbacca out.
usually I get this a few times a day from Ben from
I
PTV2.
started this and Ben took it from
So
me.
this is what he sends me.
He slaps us when we say something bad. Really, when he says something bad, for the most part.
So, you can't think of one character that would be your favorite?
I just said Yoda.
Okay, that's right. Sorry. For me, what do you think it is?
BB-8.
BB-8. Yes. How did you know?
Well, oh, I don't know. Maybe I think the hat gave it away.
I will tell you though, in the Star Wars universe, Baby Yoda, the child, is pretty close. The child might even be overtaking BB-8, but we're talking about, well, it's still the Star Wars universe. So I would say the child. I just think that character is fascinating. And has he even said anything? He makes noises,
But
that's it.
how I can't say he's my favorite. He's too brand new. Jim, what do you think about the child? Could you say that he would be somebody's favorite out of the whole saga?
Absolutely. Sure. I mean, you said Chewbacca. They say Baby Yoda has said as many words as Chewie ever has.
But well, Chewie's done so Chewie's done so much through the saga, and you have this little child that's in this little floating crib that likes to play with the little ball that controls the ship and everything. So
But I think as a character,
it's a cute character.
I think the child has more than any Star Wars character like quickly gone to the forefront of demand and popularity.
As far as merchandising, yes.
That and just, people can't get enough of him.
They will drain the life out of the merchandising of that.
So we have Fisher Fun Venture says R2D2 is his favorite. He actually was showing an R2D2 robot that he had. He was showing that on the Degenerate Cruisers stuff today, and that was pretty cool. Traveling Gilbert said Yoda for me. Blaine said his is Chewie. Life Adventure says Steven's favorite character is Darth Vader. Wanda says Darth Vader and Kylo Ren. Mysterious men with powers. Disney Nerd Herd like Twiggy. Life Adventures, Tammy likes Baby Yoda. She also likes Yoda. And Jabba the Hutt because he's fat just like me.
Oh my gosh. Jabba the Hutt was a nasty looking character. It was just like a big slug blob thing with a long tongue that liked to eat.
And Tammy, that's definitely not you. Bob and Ashley.
It's not. That's not what I meant.
What is it? Is this? Are these actually characters?
K2SO is the droid from Rogue One.
Okay, that's what I like.
IG-11 might be the droid from Solo, but I can't be sure. I gotta look that up.
I haven't seen yet. Al Brook, welcome.
Rachel says
Daniel Donnelly, welcome.
Baby Yoda. And who else do we have here?
Who said Baby Yoda?
Rachel. Cool. Yep. So we have our favorites. What about your least favorite?
And that music in the background is one of my favorite musics from this saga also.
Oh, I'm sorry. IG-11 is the droid from The Mandalorian. Yeah, Bob there. He just said it.
That was a cool droid.
Who is voiced by Taika Waititi, who directed one of the episodes and I know that because I watched the new Disney Plus series that's behind the scenes of The Mandalorian. Disney Gallery, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I want to see that. It just came out.
We have Katie Burr. Sorry.
Al Brock.
No, not at all. I'm done.
Katie Burr, our friend that we met on the Bliss, she's also from Hawaii. She says K2 and Chewie.
What were you asking Jim?
Least favorite character.
Least favorite? Jar Jar's not a great character. I think the reason everybody hates Jar Jar is because he was such a clown. You know, in the original trilogy, you had C-3PO and R2-D2, and they were kind of the comic relief of that trilogy. But they weren't buffoons. Jar Jar was so goofy and
Clumsy.
clumsy and kind of dumb, and it just didn't seem a good fit for Star Wars. So that's the easy choice, and I don't know if I don't know if I can think of another one I don't like more than that. I wouldn't say I hate him, but my least favorite character, I suppose.
Life Adventure Show said worst character, that guy with red and black face. So you think Darth Maul is the worst character? I thought he was, for a bad guy, I thought he was a very awesome character. I just wish that there was more, that he had more screen time, that he did more. I know he does have more screen time in the CGI cartoon series, I guess, which I haven't seen, but
Al Brock and just joined us. Al, if you can put your channel name in there to let people know, because you also have a YouTube channel that way people can check your channel out too. I believe you just released a video today, or you're working on one. I know you and me, we have. It takes us a while to put a video out because of all the stuff that you have to do to it. So good job on that.
Bob and Ashley said the kid Anakin was annoying. He just was. He had a lot. He was going through a lot. He had to grow, and they had to develop the character, so they had to start somewhere.
And Anakin, the character, I mean, that's also Darth Vader. So
yeah,
if we're talking characters, we got to take all of that into account.
Yeah, it really makes
he
me
wasn't
want
great.
to, huh?
But yes, Bob's correct. He wasn't the best.
I really want to watch the whole saga now, but if we did that, it would take. If you start it like at 12 midnight, it would take almost a whole day to watch the whole series. Probably a little more than a whole day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lots of coffee and caffeine.
Yeah.
And then have the next day to go to sleep.
So Life is Good to say worst character. I would say for you, or for me, I would say, I think Jar Jar Binks was my least favorite character too. And just some of the stuff he would do, I would just cringe because he was awkward, and I just I don't know. I just didn't think it made the film silly at times.
He would probably be annoying. I mean, he had to be in it, I guess, because in the prequel, his whole land, everybody looked like him. They had the long ears and everything. I mean, that was the whole point of the fight and everything. I think the worst character or the most underdeveloped character would have been Snoke. They really didn't do anything with that character, which is why the sequel to The Force Awakens, they brought him in, but then the director kind of just did a little thing and that was it. They wanted to go their own direction.
Yeah, I would love to know more about Snoke.
Yeah.
Answer some questions about Snoke.
It was like cool. A waste of time in a way. But so I would probably say he was maybe the worst as far as underdeveloped. There was really nothing there. And that Red Room fight was cool, like you were talking about with Snoke and everything.
Same thing with Captain Phasma. Also, another one. I'd kind of like to see more about Captain Phasma.
Which one's
that? That was the Silver Stormtrooper. Oh
yeah. Okay.
And I thought she'd there'd be more with that character.
The one that I was disappointed with in terms of character development was the black droid. Kind of like the counterpart to BB-8, but the dark side of it.
BB-9.
Yeah, from the episode 8,
the last one,
because they even released a toy for
9. It was this last one. He was.
Was it in that one?
Yeah.
They released a toy for it, but I really didn't think there was that much that he had that big of a part in it.
He was just a bad guy.
It was just like a character in there that they thought, hey, this might sell.
It was a droid.
Real quick, because we're coming up at the top of the hour. I do know, is it, you guys correct me?
Hey, Orlando Mike, welcome.
Is it Sharon at Sea, which is coming on at in like 5 minutes. Also at 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern. Sorry, so 10 o'clock Eastern, Pepper Tree Villa are celebrating their anniversary year of being online.
Yep.
And
they were nice enough to invite us on their show too. So that
we will be
that was really cool.
In about an hour, we'll be on that show. Jim, I'm not sure if you're going to be on there or not. I thought you were, but I'm
What
not
was
sure.
that?
I sent him a message.
Okay.
So hopefully they saw it.
All
We'll
right.
see.
I was gonna say like one thing as far as the bad guys between Darth Maul, the Emperor, Darth Vader, and Kylo Ren. Well, the Emperor was probably the most evil out of all of them. So aside from him, I still think Darth Vader is one of the most infamous villains of all cinema. I mean, he did turn a new leaf towards the end, but like Jim said, he had a lot of hatred in him, especially in Rogue One. You could really see, what he was made of, what he could do with a lightsaber. So, and he killed younglings. How could you do that? That's just wrong. I cannot believe that. Who do you think is the worst villain?
The worst villain? I guess maybe because just wasn't developed enough. Maybe Captain Phasma. I just thought there'd be so much more to come from that character, but never really developed, and was disappointed because that character had possibilities. So, I don't know. Right off the top of my head, I'd say that.
What happened with
I don't
that's
know.
a good choice. What happened with our comment? It got rejected by YouTube.
Yeah, they rejected our own.
What are you trying to say on here?
I just sent it again. It just didn't have any notation on it, but the one for 557, that is for the live show tonight with Pepper Tree Villa.
But yeah, Captain Phasma, she was pretty bad. What about you?
What?
Who do you think is the worst villain of Star Wars saga?
Are we talking lamest? Because that's how I answered it. Lamest or the most evil?
Yeah, she didn't do too much, but I guess who do you think is the worst villain in the best way? I guess the best villain, or who do you like as a villain?
Okay, so you asked me who the worst villain was in the best way.
Yeah.
So the most evil.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then, yeah, I suppose Palpatine, played the long game to perfection. Yes. What's sad also, I know we're coming up at 9 o'clock.
That's fine.
But Boba Fett and Darth Maul are two great characters that both had very unceremonious demises, and it would have been great if they could have seen how popular those characters would be ahead of time, so we could get more of them, so they didn't kill them off. And Boba Fett especially had such a lame death. Boba Fett should have had a fighting chance. You know what I mean? Should have been going down fighting.
So Boba Fett and Darth Maul.
Yeah, Darth Maul, actually, died in battle. Boba Fett died because Han Solo accidentally punctured his jetpack with a stick. I don't know. Oh well.
Do you have a favorite villain?
I would probably say of all the villains, I would probably say Darth Vader would have been the favorite one. I think a lot of the bad side evolved around him. Even in the other stories, it still some way found its way to link with Darth Vader.
I just like the original saga because he went from being bad all the way from the prequels as he got brainwashed and everything, became bad, and then at the end saw the light and was like, what am I doing? Why did I do all this? And he essentially he became bitter. So, and then of course the end of him was there. So, but yeah, hopefully everybody had a fun time.
Yep. To answer
with Star Wars Day.
Rachel's asked, are we on? We're still going to go live on Wednesday. And Greg, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it a cruise one or is it a Disney?
It's a Disney one.
Okay, it's a Disney show.
We have asked all of the five foolish mortals to be on the show with us. So
that's right.
Hopefully all five can be, and if they can't, we understand. I know some things are going on, but hopefully we can all be on the show.
Yeah, so we do a show called The Five Foolish Mortals. It's a Disney topic show. We're going to have Jim on there. He's part of it. We also have Charlie from the Disney Nerd Herders, Ben from Peppery Villa. We are going to go on Jim's channel this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern
for the actual Five Foolish Mortals, not the Wednesday, basically an extra Five Foolish Mortals show.
Yes. So we were just going to have fun on our show on Wednesday night. So yeah, that's the plan.
We're just going to wing it like we did with this one, like Bob likes to do. He just wings it.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. Greg, anything else that you want to do or anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it. Peppery Villa needs to see the last Star Wars movie, so we tried really hard not to give any spoilers.
Jim, thanks for joining us, and you'll get those hours up really quick here. Your live shows are awesome, always fun to watch. So if you haven't seen Jim's show, he goes on at 7:30 Eastern time on Tuesdays. Jim, I think you need to go at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. 7
Good grief. Cut me some slack.
7 a.m.
7 p.m. Do an hour show. You definitely have the quality to do that. So,
well, thank you for your kind words, and thank you for inviting me on this evening.
Thank you so
much.
You're
welcome. Thank you for being on here.
And I'm looking for my mouse, and I don't have my mouse. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. And Greg, as Walt Disney says.
Well, first, may the fourth be with you.
That's right.
He doesn't say that, but may the fourth be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Always. And as we like to close our show, how does Jim close his show?
I don't. I go on for 4 hours at a time. I never end my show.
And now we end our shows.
Oh, I never did my Yoda voice. We never did our Yoda voices. I want to hear you do a Yoda voice.
I can't do Yoda.
Do your Yoda voice with how you end your show.
Oh, that's going to be hard on my throat to do that.
Well, you can do that. All right. I'm Derick.
And I'm Greggory.
If you forget our names, it's okay. I'm Little Explorer.
And I'm Big Explorer.
You're not doing it.
Not yet, I'm not.
And as Walt Disney said,
we're just getting started.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.